It's your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you tuned into World Combat Sports. Yeah, you know what it is. Once again, you're tuned in to World Combat Sports. Man, happy hump day to everybody that's out there. You know what I'm saying? We getting through another week. We damn near at the end of the first month of 2022. Shout out to the WCS supporters. You know what it is, man. You know what it is. Much appreciation. One love to everyone who support the channel, tune in to the channel. We're waiting for the rooms to fill. I got some good topics today. As you look at the thumbnail, man, we're going to talk a little bit about the Lomachenko situation, potentially with Kambosos. And of course, I'm going to, highlight some things that is discouraging about Kambosos as a new champion. That some people may be talking about it, but not enough, in my opinion. GRussell Jr., one loss in his career. He's set to go in here against Mark Messiah. We're going to talk about that. Ben situation. And really the biggest topic of them all is Tyson Fury. The heavyweight division has been in such a conundrum since Deontay Wilder lost his last fight. It would have been great for them to, tie it up 1-1 and then potentially have that fourth fight for real. Because they brought excitement, suspense to the heavyweight division. First and foremost, most of all, it brought attention to the heavyweight division. Now we don't know who's fighting who. We don't know who's fighting who, man. So I'm going to give it a little bit of time for, at least about 5. I got to get a nickel in the building. I got to get a nickel. You know what I'm saying? I have to get a nickel. I got to give cinco. Cinco. You know what I'm saying? Go in Japanese. Ichi ni sanchi. Go. We're going to get about 5 people in the building. You know what I'm saying? So we can start talking about these topics. I know there's some other channels on. Make sure you check those channels out. If you think they're more interesting and they have the better topics, I have no problem with that at all. Support the channels. You know what I'm saying? Who you want to support. So let me give it about a minute. And then we're going to kick this off for show. And of course, you in the building, man, hit the like button. Let me know you rocking out. You show support World Combat Sports 2022 and beyond, man. Let me know what's up. Because just looking at the topics, you know where all of this is going to go. You know where all of this is going to go. Typical boxing. Typical boxing behavior. You know what I'm saying? When you're looking at the thumbnail, you know where this conversation is going to go. Just look at the thumbnail and you put it all together. You know what I'm saying? Put the shit all together, man. It's all going to come together for you. The light just going to be there flickering and you're going to say, oh, I get it. Yeah, I get it. It's just going to be flickering back and forth. Because that's what boxing does. It likes to keep you in the dark. That's what boxing loves to do. You don't know what's going on really unless you're talking to somebody behind the scenes. Man, this surface type, this circus type media, or I call it rubber ducking. The rubber ducking type of media, where they always leave shit floating on the surface for you, bro. They always leave some shit floating on the surface, and it's up to you to figure out, okay, why is it there? Where did it come from? What does it mean? You know what I'm saying? Why is it there? Where did it come from? What does it mean? Rubber ducking media is typical boxing because we have some topics out here that's just floating on the surface, and we really don't know what to think of it. We getting closer and closer to you know, we had the Gary Russell fight, like I mentioned, Keith Thurman fight coming up next month. We starting to get around to some of these boxing cards. Also, we have some regional cards that's kicking off. Shout out to Augusta. They about to have a real big card in North Augusta. Team Punisher is coming up next month. Shout out to Team Williams. Shout out to the fam. He in Police Academy right now. Best wishes go out to him. You know what I'm saying? Going in there under a structured environment and following the family lineage of being in law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? So hope nothing but the best, no injuries. Go in there, be the top of your class and excel, and then, be safe out there, while serving your community. All right. So let's get jump started on the situation with Vasil Lomachenko, Devin Haney. The only reason I didn't put Devin Haney's thumbnail up here is because I try to get people to protest, the situation. So hopefully Devin Haney gets the shot with Kambosos. I was suggesting that to the YTC because we really need to see this fight. And I was pushing for it so much because that type of traction was burning out when it came to Teofimo Lopez when he was a champion. I mean, everybody wanted to give Teofimo the smoke. It was every day. I mean, they was talking about Teo, you need to fight Devin. Teo, you need to fight Devin. Teo, you need to fight Devin. And then, he chose to fight his mandatory instead of dropping the title. Lost. The fight was all bad. All the delays and everything. He went in there and got beat. Then it comes around. I don't see, any stiff, what I'm saying, just stiff, poignant type of venom being spewed at Kambosos to fight Devin Haney for this fight. So the name I've been hearing a lot is Vasil Lomachenko. Vasil Lomachenko and Devin Haney is in the same position, really. They're the top two names of the wishbone for freaking George Kambosos. George Kambosos is hit the lottery temporarily, and he's playing games. You know what I'm saying? He's pretty much putting it out there that he's trying to play the fiddle to the boxing fans as if he don't have a favorite already. So he talking shit to Lomachenko and Devin Haney, talking about he's the emperor. And, Australia's waiting for the emperor to return home with all the belts. On the fight.Benn in Australia. He believes he can get 80,000. He believes he can get 80,000, y'all. He believes that. Okay, so we all know humanistically, there's people in here that are absolutely delirious. You know what I'm saying? They'll leave you dumbfounded just off the shit that deals with common sense, period. And that's what Kambosos is at. We expected this to be something simple, and it's not. We don't know who the fuck he's fighting. He's sitting up here, just running his mouth, letting his fingertips do the talking, and he hasn't selected Lomachenko, Devin Haney yet. So I have been listening to media as to where Hearns was pretty much up here talking as if the fights was close to being done. But anybody who follow Eddie Hearns closely, they totally understand that he's all about putting seasoning out there in this media bliss, man. He loves barbecuing out here. He'll throw some motherfucking meat straight out the freezer out here for you. It's up to you if you want to eat that shit. Eddie Hearns is known to put shit out there that's cold as fuck. He doesn't care. As long as it looked the part. He'll put barbecue sauce on some frozen ass damn pork. Some pork ribs. That's what he'll do. And he'll give them to you. Eddie Hearns would have heated up the barbecue sauce to the point where you receive it. It's steam coming off that motherfucker. And you actually believe that, damn, this look good. But underneath, it hadn't been thawed out yet. That's Eddie Hearns when it comes to breaking news. The shit he did with Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, false, bogus. So I'm curious deep down inside if Devin Haney is close to a deal with Kambosos to fight in Australia. This time, I really hope Eddie Hearns is telling the truth, really, because I can't decide. I can't lead to one side more than the other because it's so many liars out this motherfucker, dog. There's so many lies this past in boxing. Can Lomachenko, you know, will Lomachenko be the one or Devin Haney? Once again, we have Bob Arum that is being sued, and a partial part of it is for, slander, defamation to the point where it influenced monetary loss to a point. All right. But he just came out and said some shit that a bigger fight in Australia would be who? So once again, Bob Arum is setting his opinion, giving his opinion to the public that he's saying Lomachenko will be a bigger fight. He's pretty much saying, I know Lomachenko is a fighter, but he's pretty much saying that people know Lomachenko more than they know Devin Haney in Australia. How does he know that? How does he know that? What numbers are you basing that on? Was there some secret consensus? Was it a controlled study group put together? Were y'all able to collect data over there in Australia? I mean, how are we just sitting up here ignoring the fact that Bob is just running his mouth whenever he feel like it, dog? And he's really influencing the money aspect of it because even though Lomachenko is his fighter, man, he's like an OG in the game of boxing. He's been around for a long time. So it's a lot of people that listen to what the hell Bob says. And he's pretty much saying, don't nobody know, Devin Haney like that. So it'd be better just to make the Vasyl Lomachenko fight and George Kambosos. I know he want that fight. He's doing what a promoter should do. But, it's very reckless, in my opinion. If you want us supporting the sport of boxing, we have Mauricio Suleiman coming from one side. Then we have Bob Arum coming from the other side. We have a fighter that's being ducked. We have fighters who really aren't calling out his name like that. We're not talking about Frank Martin. Of course he'll want that fight. I ain't blaming the young brother. You know what I'm saying? He a wild dog on the loose right now. He trying to get fed. So I ain't mad at Martin for calling out Devin. I ain't mad at that shit. But right now, we have bigger business at the higher scope of boxing. That is putting together this lightweight championship fight. And I just think the biggest clown of them all, out of all the champions that's been recent, from Lomachenko to Teofimo Lopez to Kambosos, I think the one who is basically using this position the most for monetary purposes, because he ain't that guy, is Kambosos. The one that's unsure of himself, that's Kambosos. So I believe he's gonna absolutely try to price his high to the tip of the spear when it comes to getting paid, and he's not sure if he's gonna be able to defend those titles like that, because those are very two tough names he have to deal with. Haney and Lomachenko are tough opponents for Kambosos. And Kambosos have to live by his word now. He said he didn't want trying to do that shit. He take no easy touch. Fuck that shit. I don't want no easy touch. I want all the tough guys. But a lot of his actions, mannerisms, his words, it's been clown ass shit though. You know what I'm saying? That's what Kambosos has been doing. Talking that clown ass, just give it to the fans however they want it. You know, serving some cold ass food, but make sure the sauce is heated up. They wouldn't know the difference. Just serve it to them and the sauce is heated up. You good. You don't need to cook that. Just serve them shit up cold. They'll find out when they bite into it. Serve it to them. Fuck them. I really don't know what to say about this. Every time we get a box, look, every time we get a big fight coming up, it just seems like we got to go through a whole universal circus before we get the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to gripe and complain about shit, but this seems like a no-brainer to the boxing public. You know, it's only one other champion staying out that's out there, right? But then I totally understand the sport. I totally understand it's about the money. That song, money, 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 money. That right there, that's what boxing is all about. And it sucks, man, because what it does is it distracts the fight fans. The fight fans, only a certain few talk about the numbers like that. And then there's the other few that don't care. They just talk about what's on the surface of it, the names and what they've done, whether it's going to be a good fight or not. The other ones be here trying to break down all the numbers down to the penny, shit that they never would see in their life. And some of the stuff they talking about is correct, because when it come down to it, it deals with numbers, but we really don't know the exact numbers behind the scene. We just know right now Kambosos is unsure that he can defend those titles, and he's trying to get paid. Come on, man. We talking about a guy who was coming off 2 split decision wins, very, very close, by the skin of his teeth, right? So what you think he gonna do with this next fight? He wants to try to get paid the most money ever. So when he lose, he can continue the fight. And that money, you know, remains a little bit long over there. You know what I'm saying? He's able to stretch that money out over there in Australia. But he's up here talking about he's the emperor. He's bringing the belts back to Australia and Greece. But yet he's not saying the name on who the fuck he's fighting. That's what we want to know. We want to know who the fuck you're fighting. On the mic with Terrence Bailey. What is good, bro? I thought Hearns was trying to move the fight to the Middle East. Bro, you're right. He is trying to move a fight. But are they fighting though? If he's gonna move the fight to the Middle East, are they fighting? Because Hearns, Eddie will come out here and say some shit like, I'm moving the fight to the Middle East. It's almost close. It's almost, it's almost finished. It's close to being finished. And we're looking like, oh shit. And then you hear Kambosos come out there with the big nose and shoes on, with the damn multicolored hair, with all them belts on him. And he say some shit like, he's talking shit to Vasil Lomachenko and Devin Haney like he haven't really made his choice yet. And you know what I'm saying? That he's gonna basically suck the life out of the anticipation of the fight. He's gonna suck the life out of it because he's trying to make it seem like it's a big secret on who he's gonna face, like he's this megastar. Kambosos is not a fucking megastar, bro. But he's being childish about letting us know who the fuck he's gonna fight. Just because you tell us, just because you lock it in, right? Your thought process, you lock it in on who you're gonna fight. Y'all can continue to do negotiations. We really don't care. If we find out that a certain fighter is fighting, then as content creators, we can go out here and speak on it. You can both say one thing. You hear Eddie Hearn say another thing. You hear Bob Arum out here talking about Lomachenko. I talked to people. I know people on both sides of PBC and Top Rank. One question I asked them: who is Kambosos fighting? Has he locked in shit with Lomachenko yet? No, he hasn't. He hasn't locked in with nobody. So I'm saying to myself, it's about to be the end of January. I was giving him 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? In January, I was giving him 2 weeks to let us know who he fighting. Hey, shout out to Knockout Boxing 86 TV, man. Salute to you for pulling up, bro. Damn good live over there on Everything Boxing today, too, man. For real. I ain't gonna lie to you. Um, the shit you was talking about when you saying you weren't trying to argue about, the resumes and stuff like that, it really made sense because the resumes, when it come down to it, the fighters don't have a lineup of scholars that we consider superstars on. In order for them to flake their records, they have to go through some soft touches and some ragu. They have to spread that ragu on it and build up their record. That's just what it is. And then when they get to that point where they get ranked and they start fighting certain fighters, still, it's not a 4 or 5 fight hitter where you fighting all these guys that's in the top 10. It just doesn't work that way. But it was a damn good live, man. Y'all go check out ETB Boxing and subscribe to Knockout Boxing 86 TV, man. Be breaking shit down. It's on Hearns to outbid Arum. Arum is supposed to do this for Loma. Hearn needs to step up for Haney and get this fight. Now, the good part about both sides of that is we all seen who won the Tiafimo. Not one, who came out victorious after it was all said and done of the Tiafimo George Kambosos fight. Now, originally Triller had it, but they ended up defaulting on it. So therefore, goddamn Matchroom was the next in line, and they scooped it up. They ran with it, and they dropped that off. They dropped that off, man, for the fans to watch. And we weren't disappointed. So in this case right here, we're top ranked. What I think in that particular person bid with Tio and Kambosos, top rank was like third, right? They was like third, I believe. But peep this out. I think Bob Arum feels a lot more love, genuine love, when it comes to understanding that he can make that money off Lomachenko than he did with Tiafimo. The way Tiafimo went about, the situation with Vasil Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to negotiate his worth. And then, he was kind of talking some shit. And he went to purse bid. But I truly believe that Bob Arum has more of a genuine attachment to Lomachenko than he do Teofimo Lopez. So in that particular scenario with what Knockout just said, I believe that Bob Arum will put a little bit more skin in the game, so to speak. If this goes to purse bid, I believe he would definitely try to get this fight for Lomachenko because he wholeheartedly believes that Lomachenko can go in there and beat Kambosos. And he believes that Lomachenko does higher numbers than Devin Haney, wherever the fight is going to be at. We have to see. We have to see who's telling the truth and who's lying. And we know that both of those sometimes, exist more than the other in boxing. I would say lying, you get more lying than anything. But let's see how that works out. I believe Bob is going to put a lot more focus on winning the purse bid if it goes to purse bid. And get Lomachenko up there because I believe Lomachenko can beat Kambosos. And I believe people tune in to watch that fight. Real talk. Lomachenko is one of those enigmas when it comes to boxing. He don't say a lot of shit, but people still basically glorify this guy for his amateur pedigree and what he's been able to accomplish in his professional career. Though it's still mediocre, he's just one of those guys that people, certain people love to give credit to as if he's did this phenomenal type thing throughout his career. Real talk. I mean, that's just the way I look at it. They don't talk too much about him making excuses after losing the TO and everything else, but he said the judges was paid off. That is a stiff accusation that nobody talks about with Lomachenko. But who cares? Who cares? Because right now you have all these people talking about Lomachenko gets, is a better sale than Devin Haney. And the Haneys are gonna have to work themselves out of this funk, man. They're gonna have to work themselves somehow, some way. They're gonna have to find a way to I wouldn't say get on the good side of boxing fans because boxing has an audience. All right. There's no fans, goddamn it. Them motherfuckers are audience. Because the audience member, they come there and they switch up on you in a heartbeat. They just have to find some way to link up to the consumers. You know what I'm saying? The boxing audience that support the sport. They're gonna have to find somehow, some way to increase their value that people want to give them credit right off the back. Not criticize the fuck out of them. And then they go into a fight and they hoping you lose. In this case, they're not even giving him an opportunity to go into the fight. They just pretty much saying, "Oh no, Lomachenko will do more numbers. Devin Haney can't sell. Who wants to see that?" Then even the fighters in his division. If he doesn't get this Kambosos fight, man, just move the fuck on, dog. Fuck him. For real, you gotta say that, Team Haney. You gotta tell him to get the fuck on, dog. Jason Williams in the house, man. Peace, WCS. I'm just now checking in. What's going on? What's going on with you? Appreciate y'all dropping in. What they do, Don Dada on deck, Mark Nash on deck, man. There's a big key factor here. Bob is not paying Loma millions of dollars, and he also thinks Loma is a better fighter. See, the one thing about Lomachenko, like I said, he's an enigma when it comes to boxing. Loma is able to get away with certain things early in his career. Loma was able to have professional fights that wasn't recorded on his box rec. Loma was able to attempt to come in here with a promise that he can contend for a world championship in the second professional fight. But that was a lie. It wasn't his second professional fight. He had everything to be the perfect star. He had the 2 gold medal tours in the Olympics. He was a grown man fighting little boys over there. You know what I'm saying? He tried to come over here all of a sudden and say, "Yeah, now we can record." It's been a sham. I'm not going to lie. It's been a sham, bro. But no one talks about Lomachenko like that. They don't even mention the bogus shit he was doing by having professional fights before he actually started to record them. The fact that Orlando Salido ended up getting a victory over him, but yet they just say, "Oh, Orlando was fighting dirty." Seeing Lomachenko for the first time in NYC, I didn't have no like I wasn't sitting up there tripping. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have animals just boiling over. I had a chance to see him up close and personal. The man himself, high tech. I saw him in the interview. You know what I'm saying? Then seen him fight. I'm saying it's just a lot about Lomachenko that just don't hit my nerve. As just this incredible megastar. He just don't do it. But to the people, you rarely hear them criticize Lomachenko like they would Devin Haney or Teofimo Lopez. I don't hear too many people, criticizing Cambozo. Like Cambozo is not a superstar at all. He just seized the moment. He just seized the moment. He was on that night. T.O. was off, and he got the victory. But a big part of me is thinking that Cambosis is going to go with Lomachenko. Seriously. If Bob Arum takes a little bit more focus for this, if it goes to purse bid, like Knockout was talking about, it wouldn't shock me because Bob Arum has a liking to Lomachenko, in my opinion, more than he did Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Charles on deck. What's good? WCS salute. Salute to you, my brother. Jason said Loma did make excuses after that loss, but you didn't hear the media jump on that. They're not, because he's an enigma. Lomachenko is one of those guys who can say some fucked up shit like that, and the media just float right over it when they're thinking about articles to put out. They float right over the shit, dog. They're not even concerned about none of that shit. He accused the fight of being fixed. And then I get on here and I talk about fights being fixed. And people be sitting up here acting like I'm talking about something for the very first time. Like this shit actually happens. I'm just curious to why they took that shit so lightly. Like, did anybody reprimand Lomachenko for saying that shit? I'm just curious. Did anybody reprimand him? I just, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't hear anybody reprimanding him or scoriating him in the media on these top platforms for his words of saying that the judges was paid. That's a deep, stinging accusation. But he just going about his business like anything. People still then want to flock over to him. You know, like him and Tyson Fury, man. Him and Tyson Fury can do no wrong. You know what I'm saying? You don't the complexion for the protection, bro. Dundada. I swear, Bud came out with those allegations. Loma come out with YouTube boxing would be in an uproar. They would, and you know what? Dundada, it would be a lot of our own people too, because they just coming out with a lot of stuff and trying to make it a personal shit. And like I said before, when are you gonna take the pacifier out of Spence's mouth? You know what I'm saying? When are you gonna take the pacifier out of his mouth? Since he had the accident, you have supposedly hardcore fans there with goddamn hot towels, freshly made tea. They're all coming masseuses. They have to damn massage Errol Spence after the workout, his feet, calf muscles, quads, his back, shoulders. You know what I'm saying? They got a full team. They act like he still hasn't lost a pro fight. Well, you know how that goes. You know how they was trying to put him out there, right? Like I said, man, he's an enigma at the end of the day. Who have you seen? Like, real talk. Like, how can you put zero losses up there, ESPN? How can you sit up here and play us like we're deficient, we're incompetent of seeing what you're doing? That's boxing. Man, this is such a dysfunctional relationship. They was putting Lomachenko as being undefeated. Like they was gonna expunge his Orlando Salido loss because they didn't like the way it played out. And they did everything possible to put him up there as an undefeated fighter. Look, one thing you need to know, everybody that tune in to the sport of boxing is not daily conservatives. Like they're not daily boxing fans. They're not conservatives like that. There's some people that tune into boxing all the time and they barely watch the sport. They say, oh, who is this guy? Okay. So you get like a really a temporary boxing that might have seen that undefeated record and they say, oh shit, oh boy, undefeated. And that's not even true. But anyway, like I said, Lomachenko, man, he get that luxury. Lomachenko get that luxury tax, y'all. Only reason I don't mind if Haney gets the fight is because he's going to run up 140 anyways and not the fight and not fight the best of 135. Dondada, what are you saying? What are you saying when you say and not fight the best of 135? You act as if he has a choice for them all them ducks that was in the pond. He wasn't the one that's out there making ripples going the opposite way. If you having your mandatory sit up here and put their attorneys on you and say, oh, he ain't fighting you. Don't contact him no more. He ain't fighting you, okay? We his legal team. He's not fighting you. You had Ryan Garcia, Javier Fatum, and Jojo Diaz. How he's not fighting the best? Tiafimo went the Cambosis route and goddamn lost, so he's moving up to 140. Good choice. The only other person that's left for Haney, real talk, when you talk about the best done, is Javante Davis. And that fight, in my opinion, I think it may happen whenever. I don't know, at a higher weight class or something. I don't fucking know. It may happen in 140, bro. HBO tried to do the same thing with Roy Jones when they gave him that disqualification loss. That was some bullshit right there, though. Did did Vasil Lomachenko, did he take a loss off of DQ? Did Orlando Alito, did he get a win off of DQ? So both of the fights, you're talking about Roy Jones and Montel Griffith. Both the fights are quite different. Even though Roy did land the right hand, and Montel Griffith seized the opportunity to become a Hollywood actor. So when he seen that the referee was in motion, all Montel Griffith did was, oh, he goddamn hit the deck like a wildebeest. He's, oh shit, I can't do anything. Like, real talk, you look how James Butler hit Richard Franklin. He had no glove on, still had his hand wraps, and he sucker punched him. He ended up doing some time for it. But him, I can see he was sucker punched. Full blown sucker punch with the right hand. I could see how he was, a little bit dizzy. But Montel Griffith was just fucking off, dog. He got hit. He found out the ref was in motion. Boom, he started putting on the theatrics, doing the Jason Rosario percolator and shit. You know what I'm saying? He started playing for the crowd and ended up goddamn making it worse because he had to come back and fight Roy in a rematch. You know what I'm saying? We all seen what happened to that destruction right there. Old boy was stumbling all over the ring. He had ramen noodle legs, shit, straight out the motherfucking boiler. He couldn't stand up for shit when Roy started putting them paws on him. Yes, he did. He put on the Oscar performance that night. Absolutely. But let's leave that to simmer. I would definitely get back to it. I need to get to these other topics though. Let's get back to this Lomachenko shit a little bit later because I just get tired of boxing just playing with all emotions. You know what I'm saying? Just like on Friday, Big Perm came in and said, "You playing with my emotions, Smokey." Boxing is playing with our emotions. They put so much bogus ass news out here. They just dangle us all the time. They puppetize the shit out of us, dog. Anyway, let's go on to my boy GRussell, man. Shout out to the GRussell crew. His dad been going through it, man. I'm glad I was able to see the whole family together when I was at the Barclays. Man, God bless him and his family and what they're going through with their pops, because he's been a part. He's an intricate family member. First of all, being their father, he's played a significant, extensive role in raising them as young men. And they had some adversity in their family. We know with deaths. From what I'm hearing, father had one of his legs amputated. So his health problems is going on there. GRussell is saying he's slightly injured heading to this fight with Mark Masago. So with that said, we don't know GRussell for a person who's making excuses. No way, no, not even close. But from my understanding is that he's putting it out there that he's basically self-trained. He trained himself for this fight. That's what's in the article. You know what I'm saying? That's what's in the article. No cap. I will read a snippet of what's in the article with Gary Russell Jr. All right. This is a big deal, man. You know, it said Gary Russell, I have a little slight injury. This is via boxing scene. Won't elaborate until after Masayo fight. It goes on to say that the long reigning WBC featherweight champion revealed during an appearance Wednesday on the Zone Boxing Show that he is suffering from a little slight injury that he declined to disclose. Russell will end up almost 2 year layoff on Saturday night and already has dealt with a foot already dealt with the foot amputation that has prevented his father, who is his longtime trainer, from properly helping him prepare for this fight. That's tough, bro. That's tough. Gary goes on to say, I never go into any of my fights 100%. To be honest with you, Russell said, I do have a little slight injury, but I prefer to elaborate on it until after the fight. We're going to get through the fight. We're still going to make things shake. And then we'll go ahead and put it out there after it's all said and done. Um, Russell, 33, will make just the sixth defense of his WBC belt. He won by knocking out Mexico's Johnny Gonzalez in the fourth round in their March 2015 bout at Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas. So, give your prayers out to the Russell clan. You know, they're very close to their father. And you have Antoine and Antonio, you know, hey, and I mean, you look at it like this, man. Antonio came off a very tough fight. His last fight, I don't know if his knee was what extent was it injured, but he didn't look like he was able to move. He was taking punishment on the ropes. He was still fighting though. He tried to play the counterpuncher, but even playing the counterpunches, you have to have some type of mobility, and he didn't look, 100% that fight. But the decision was what it was. I thought he lost that fight. But my main focus right now, to the message that I'm sending to the audience, is, put his pops in your prayers. And also I want, Russell to go ahead and get this win coming up. Come ahead and get this win on this young lion. And he's pretty much put it out there that two fights that he would like to make if he gets through this one is Lomachenko and Gervonta Davis. Now we know how that's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna prognosticate, put some shit out there. I be doing the same shit I'm saying that boxing's doing. They putting shit out here that is not even close to coming to fruition. They just put shit out there just because to fill it up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, people waiting to get to the beach to eat. They coming down from the from the little vendors and shit up there. They eating fries and hamburgers and stuff, hot dogs, sipping on the soda. And then they get close to the water and they just dump it in the water. I ain't worried about that. Let the waves take it out. That's the way they do boxing, man. They just flooded, congested, trash, and we up here filtering through the shit. They can be ducks and dodgers, but there's too many fights left on the table. You can't say he ran through the division. This would be the most watered down, undisputed. I disagree with that. And why are we talking about what's watered down, bro? Like, let's be honest, man. Let's be honest, bro. Are you gonna say the same thing about Jamel Charlo on how he picked up the belts? Are you gonna say the same about Jamel Charlo if he wasn't the one that stepped in there with J Rock? He's not his brother, right? So he gets credit for the Erickson Lubin knockout. But do we discredit him for not being the one to go in there and take the belts before Jason Rosario did? Because he didn't go in there and fight J Rock. Jason Rosario got the belts. And then he went in there and got stopped with a jab. And he started to percolate. And now he's fighting Brian Castano. Who is Brian Castano? Brian Castano beat Patrick Teixeira, which we really didn't know hardly any of them of, to be honest. Seriously. We just know Patrick Teixeira was the last man standing. And instead of him fighting Jamel Charlo, he had to defend his title. Brian Castano got it done. And him and Jamel had a damn good fight. And that's what it is. Are y'all gonna dog out Mel Charlo for a week undisputed? Are you gonna dog out Jorge Ramirez and Josh Taylor for a week undisputed? Are you gonna dog out Canelo Alvarez for a week undisputed? If Cool Boy Steph unifies the super bantamweight division, are you gonna say it was soft? Are you gonna say his win over Brandon Rios? It could have went either way, man. I'm telling you, Don Dada, man, boxing is always gonna be controversial, my brother. All respect to you. I know you be talking your shit, bro. Boxing will always be controversial, bro. It's always gonna be some a wide open space, man, for criticism. Because you have so many minds, especially in this YTC highway, right? You have so many minds out here collaborating. Nobody's on the same sheet of music. And it's just absolute and total confusion. That's what boxing sprinkles down on us. And we go out here scrambling. You know what I'm saying? It's like you taking the top layer off an ant hole. You know what I'm saying? Boom, you take the top layer off, ants go everywhere. Oh shit, this ain't right. And it's just ants everywhere, bro. That's how boxing media is for us, the content creators. Shit come out on Twitter, and motherfuckers scrambling to be the first one to put it out. And it's just news. It's not, all of it's not solidified, confirmed. It's just news. The only way they switch it up, they put a question mark on the end of it sometime. Breaking news. Is this person gonna fight this person? Question mark. And the shit never happened, bro. He fought an angry Roy. Man, anger wasn't the word. Roy, he probably didn't get no sleep down, training for damn Montel Griffith. You know what I'm saying? Shit. That was bound to go down the way it was. D-Ray in the building. What's good, man? Appreciate you stopping on deck with it. But that's where we at. You know what I'm saying? Much praise and appreciation to Gary Russell them. You know what I'm saying? I hope, get this win so we can see GRussell step up and potentially fight Lomachenko. But Lomachenko get this fight with Kambosos. It'd be great to see Gary Russell get a shot at the titles if that's happen. I want to say Devin Haney, but I don't know if Lomachenko gonna ever show him that. You know what I'm saying? If they don't get the Kambosos fight, they should move up. They should abandon, abort mission, get the fuck off that damn cursed ass title that so many people had their hand in, and move up. Do away with it. Do away with it, bro. That has become an abusive relationship. I ain't gonna lie. That title and all the baggage that come with it is almost like having a baby mama with 5 different baby daddies. Everybody got something to say about it. They has some type of attachment to it. They need to get that title, put that shit up for adoption. Get the fuck out of that. Put that shit up for adoption. I'm out. I can't do it. I can't put up with all these people that's talking shit all the time about this title like it ain't nothing. I can't do it no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm out. Move on to 140, goddammit. And then you'll steadily see the language change down there, lightweight division. Somebody else will pick up the title. You'll start seeing these motherfuckers pop their head out the hole, look around like meerkats. Oh shit. He out? He moved up? Oh shit. Man, hey, get the manager on the phone. See if we get that goddamn title shot. All right, let's go. Let's go. I'm trying to get in that mandatory slot. People be goddamn busting their ass to get in that spot then. But anyway, for what I'm hearing, right? Conor Benn, Conor Ben have been talking for quite some time about Adrian Broner, right? And he's one of those welterweights that's 20-0. His record is mediocre, like many fighters, right? We got to understand this is going to be the case, y'all. This is going to be the case. So us criticizing them, that's what we getting. All throughout boxing, we getting fighters that have lost. It's the same shit that's going on over MMA, but over here in boxing, they just take it to a whole nother level, as if it's banned, like it's forbidden language to fight fighters who has losses. Conor Ben, 20-0, man, undefeated, with 13 knockouts. He's over there, United Kingdom. He coming off that win over Algeria. He's fought the Adrian Granados, the Samuel Vargas. He stopped Samuel Vargas in the first round, which is crazy. Went the distance with Sebastian Formella. And then everybody else is on his record. It doesn't even make a difference to even speak on. But he was calling out, Adrian Broner, possibly. That wasn't gonna happen. Then he wanted to fight. He was mentioning Amir Khan. Now he's saying Amir Khan, he'll knock him out in one round. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when it comes to Amir Khan, though, it's hard for me not to say it might not happen. You know what I'm saying? Amir Khan get touched. Real talk. Like, for real. I'm just saying, you can run past Amir Khan a little bit too fast outside with the breeze going the right way. He might get knocked the fuck out, dog. He be trying to file a police report with you, and you say, "Oh, man, bro, I never touched you. I ran past you. I never touched you, my bro. Never, Amir. I never would disrespect you like that, bro. You need to go see a motherfucking get that CTE test right now. You need to go see a neurosurgeon and see can they rewire that shit. Because, dude, I never touched you. But anyway, he was saying that he may potentially want to fight Amir Khan. He'll knock him out in the first round. Of course, Amir Khan responded. And then, he thought about the Kell Brook, which would be an interesting fight. I don't think anybody want to see a Kell Brook if he loses to Amir Khan. It'd be two straight losses. But who knows? This is boxing, though. And then, Amir Khan has this thing, too, where he still has these fans that latches on to him. They forget how he's been stretched out. They just put it out there. Oh, look who he's been in the ring with. He had the cojones to step in there with the one and only Saul Canelo Alvarez. I like Conor Ben's style. I like his flashiness. He's not this knockout artist. That Samuel Vargas knockouts. I don't know, what happened in training camp with Samuel Vargas, but I really didn't put too much thought process to that because it's not on a consistent basis that he's ending fights like that. But I think him and Jahad Tucker be a good fight. He needs to fight somebody that, I'm hearing Maurice Hooker, dog. If this is indeed true, look, that's all I'm saying. I'm hearing Maurice Hooker's name be an equation. You feel me? I'm hearing Maurice Hooker's name in the equation for Conor Ben. I'm hearing Maurice Hooker's name in the equation to face Conor Ben. Now, I have to say that's a solid fight for Ben stepping up. It don't matter if Hooker was coming off the KO at 140 and then come up here suffer another KO loss. I mean, that's a good fight for Conor Ben, man. I'm feeling that fight, man. Especially for him. Especially for him. I'm liking that fight. For real. I'm liking that fight. It's about time that he get a name like that. You know what I'm saying? I still see Maurice Hooker as a legitimate boxer. He's not a bum. You know what I'm saying? But We could say what happened, what would have happened if he didn't hurt his hand. You know, the same shit we saying about Javante. Maurice Hooker clearly hurt his hand in that with Virgil Ortiz. He clearly did. You know what I'm saying? He clearly did, dog. Injuries happen. He hurt his hand. But when it comes to, having discussion about it, people say he got his ass beat. I'm saying he hurt his hand. Virgil Ortiz won the fight. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But let's see how that shit plays out. Because we definitely looking forward to Conor Benn to come out this motherfucker with a bigger name. Real talk. YouTube boxing treats Twitter posts like the gospel. Man, I'm telling you, bro. You can't get it. You can't say it any clearer. For real. Twitter reigns supreme. Twitter is the secret sauce to IG. Everybody, include myself, I paste Twitter posts out there. I learned that shit from seeing other motherfuckers do it. Now, they always quick to post somebody else's Twitter out there. They tweet, rather. Man, I'm trying to get to this Conor Benn. This Conor Benn article that I saw. Hey, y'all hit the like button if you're in the building. Hit the like button for me. They said my Jermell Charlo has earned the Canelo Alvarez fight. Hey, man, it is what it is, dog. Jermell Charlo has earned a Canelo Alvarez fight. Okay, it's good to know he earned something. That's good to know. Now let's see what else comes of it. Who is he gonna fight right after the Makabu fight? That's all I'm saying. If he's gonna even make it through that fight. I can't find. I forgot where I put the article at, but it was just talking about Conor Benn and what's his next move in boxing. I did see an interesting article out here that Jerome Ennis, he don't have anything going on right now besides his momentum. You know what I'm saying? The radiation that he's emitting out here to the boxing fans as being the next best. Jerron Ennis say he'll have 2 welterweight titles by 2023. 2 welterweight titles. You know what I'm saying? He's saying he'll have 2. I don't know if they both gonna be interim. I don't know, dog. Like, I don't know what titles he's gonna be talking about. Now, is it a high possibility? Yes, it's a high possibility he may potentially have a title. But to have 2 by 2023, I mean, that's easier said. All right, Tyson Fury situation. This is where boxing is just, oh my god. This is when somebody serve you some old collard green juice and say, "Oh, this is the soup of the day." Yeah, this is the soup of the day. They got some fat back in there, and you're like, "Damn!" They even cooked up some egg. You know how the Japanese be giving you that wonton soup, and they have that egg in there, and that shit be delicious. Motherfuckers serving us old collard green juice and talking about it's the soup of the fucking day. How many scenarios have we heard? Now I'm hearing possibly that Anthony Joshua will step aside. Anthony Joshua and Dylan White will take step aside money to make the Tyson Fury Alexander Usyk fight. Now that is nothing confirmed. I'm just saying what is out here floating around. All right, like oil to water. Goddamn it, that's what I heard. I'm hearing, that may be a possibility for Anthony Joshua to step aside. And then they're trying to, where is this at? They're trying to say that Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk will fight somewhere in the Middle East. They, they. Let me get to the article. Bob Arum talks for Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk for Middle East. Joshua and White would step aside. Now this is your good old boy. That's goddamn BFTV shit. Well, you got Bob Arum out here, right? He says he's working on a deal for Tyson Fury to face Alexander Usyk for undisputed heavyweight match in the middle. Oh shit. You know what? Hold on for a second. I got to be petty for a minute. Hold on for a second, cause man, this shit is just unfucking believable. Hold on for a second. Let me grab this right quick. Hold on. Hold on. This, I know I read a lot of articles off this particular shit, but just hold on for just give me a second, bro. I want y'all to be aware of this because this is I'm trying to really think like they don't give a damn about the readers. They just want the headline to catch you and you just skim over the shit. Real talk. But I'm reading Boxing News 24, right? Now, this is the one I screenshot earlier, but I just ran into another error. Real talk. So let's talk about it. Let's continue. It said promoter Bob Arum is working on a deal for Tyson Fury to face Alexander Usyk for undisputed heavyweight match in the middleweight that will involve Anthony Joshua and Dillian White. You think I'm bullshitting? Hold up. I'm going to show you. First of all, I need to get to the article. They said Usyk for undisputed heavyweight match in the middleweight that will involve Anthony Joshua and Dillian White stepping aside. These cats are just meeting the quota of writing articles. Anyway, it goes on to say, Joshua promoter Eddie Hearn sounded like a stick in the mud on Wednesday, expressing skepticism about Fury Usyk undisputed clash. You know what I'm saying? You have two different declarations coming from Eddie Hearns and Bob Arum. They say Fury to take care of Joshua's problem. The money Joshua can make fighting the Fury vs. Usyk winner would be out of this world good, and the attention AJ will receive from the fight would be priceless. Wow. I remember when they were saying that about Deontay Wilder. They was basically saying Deontay Wilder should step aside and let Tyson Fury fight Anthony Joshua. They were saying the same. You see how the same reoccurrence, now that Joshua got his ass beat by Usyk, now they basically going through the same shit, the same type of damn mentality. They want Joshua to step aside so Fury can fight Usyk. And then they're trying to say, hey, the reward will be there. Well, the only way it's going to be there if it's in the contract that you get the winner. And no rematch. You get the immediate winner. They say if Joshua defeats the Fury Usyk winner, he'll be back in his number one spot in the heavyweight division as the best fighter on the planet. Fury can take care of Joshua's problems by beating Usyk. That's what they believe. In the terms of business, that is the ideal path to take. That's what they say. Now check this out. What I just read you in the last two paragraphs, check this out though. Look what I screenshot. Now, I want you to read the last paragraph, y'all. I know I have some educated individuals in the live chat. Read the last paragraph. It says Arum expects to have a clearer picture by Friday of this week whether he has successfully put the Fury versus Fury undisputed clash together. Wow! Fury is gonna face himself. Can you believe that? That's why, I read Boxing News 24. So they just keep on showing you how they just so in a hurry to put out information. They don't give us the benefit of the doubt of actually paying attention. The title, the headline, is what draws you in. People skim through the article and they really don't pay attention to this shit. But they saying have a clear picture by Friday. So they're putting a damn a superficial deadline out there that Friday we're gonna know something about this shit. Just like they put the deadline out there about Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. They said Friday this week whether he'll successfully put the Fury versus Fury undisputed clash together. I just thought I'd let y'all see that shit, dog. For real. I just thought I'd be a little petty and let you see that. Let me go on, continue in the article. It said what's happening is just promises coming out of the Middle East about doing a unified fight with Usyk and Fury. And is Dillian White going to step aside, said Aaron to Talk Sport. Isn't that kind of like a different type of energy from what was in the headline? What was the title about? You know, he's talking like there's clarification, there's confirmation. But then turn around and you hear what you just heard. It said what's happened is just promises coming out of the Middle East about doing a unified fight with Usyk Fury. And is Dillian White going to step aside? But the headline doesn't speak as if it's going to be an if. And then it goes on to say, and people that have absolutely no contractual ties, like Frank Warren, Queensberry, and our top rank do, are getting involved. It's a typical terrible kind of situation, but hopefully it'll get sorted out, and probably it will get sorted out with the purse bid on Friday. So we'll definitely see how that works out. I have absolutely no idea, said Aram, on who Fury would be fighting next. Who are these people in the Middle East? And what's their backing and all of that stuff? That's not clear, said Aram. See how confusing this gets? My people, that is boxing. That's what they do to us. They inject you with shit that you have no idea what it is. They put a name up there because you're familiar with the shit. They give you some good titles. They give you some good crumbs in their hand. They present the shit. You know what I'm saying? Palms down, and they just open that shit up and just let it sprinkle onto the YTC, and they run with it. Our claim is that we support boxing. We're hardcore fans, and we want to talk about it, which is true most of the time. But clearly, this heavyweight situation right here is so broken. At least we knew that we was getting Wilder Fury. At least we knew we was gonna get the shit. Now that he's out of sight right now, waiting upon his return, Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber. It seems like nobody can get together on Undisputed. But when Deontay Wilder had the WBC, they was all for, hey, let's get this rematch. Boom. Deontay Wilder's out of the picture. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's get this Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua fight on the way. Let's go. Knowing all along there's an arbitration. But what I'm saying is, they was all about pushing this damn Undisputed, man. Now that Tyson Fury has a WBC belt, they can't figure out who the fuck to fight. Who's fighting for the Undisputed now? Before it was clear, concise, and the promoters was putting it out there that Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua loses and messes up the bag, and it's just a catastrophe, bro. It's just no organization, all rumor mill. It's very chaotic, misleading. We just have people talking about shit just because we don't know what the hell going on with the heavyweight. Look, I'm gonna go on record as saying, a lot of the boxing fans don't even give a fuck about what's going on. They just wanted Deontay Wilder to lose that belt, and they wanted the what happened in the trilogy. They wanted him to get knocked out. So now that happened, and all the motherfucking adrenaline has lowered, and it's just fizzled right now. People are not talking about the heavyweight division. Tyson Fury is going around here and it's like, oh, Tyson Fury gonna beat Deontay ass. Tyson Fury this, Tyson Fury that. The same Tyson Fury that cheated, they got what they wanted, and we don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, nobody to make a rivalry with. Nobody. Oleksandr Usyk don't have a personality. Joshua doesn't have a chin. Tyson Fury has too much of a personality, and he's a dirty fighter. Now it's the unspoken truth. They know what it's about, but they just don't want to, speak on it no more because they kind of have this fondness about Tyson Fury. He's a funny guy, so they have a fondness about him. Anthony Joshua, they like Anthony Joshua when he comes around, but they totally understand his chin is suspect. Another Bruno. And Oleksandr Usyk, they're gonna give him that same stigma. He's gonna have that same stigma as Lomachenko, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? They might, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say Oleksandr Usyk, if he goes in there and defeats Tyson Fury, people are not gonna be flocking to him because he's just like Crawford was back in the day. Real talk, y'all. Oleksandr Usyk doesn't like the media like that. He will talk if it's an obligation, but he's not sitting up here kicking it with us. He's not kicking it with the YTC. So, it's going to be a certain patch of his fan base he's not going to be able to reach because he just don't want to deal with it. Being boxing news on deck. How you feeling? Man? He said, salute. I hope Gary knocks this dude out. Yeah, I hope he go in there and put on a very, very solid performance to build up a potential fight with Gervonta Davis. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna leave that Tyson Fury shit alone because y'all already know how the gumbo tastes. Y'all know how the mallet feels. You know how the salt in the eye stings. We know that. You know what I'm saying? We know all that. We know all the avenues of assault that'll happen with this boxing media. So just keep your eyes peeled for Tyson Fury and whatever's happening in that heavyweight division. We don't know what Usyk's doing. We don't know if him and Joshua, Joshua might not be ready to step back in there and get stopped the second time. They have to, look, if Usyk come in there and look like Andy Ruiz, if Usyk come in there and look like Alexander Povetkin when he stepped in there for a rematch against Dillian White, once again, boxing is injecting you with their drug of choice, dog. For real. They playing with us. For real. A big part of me has said for a long time they're trying to make Anthony Joshua three-time heavyweight champion, dog. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to make him. Think about it. Muhammad Ali, man, he has like 5 losses on his record. Anthony Joshua only has 2. You know what I'm saying? They trying to make him 3-time unified champion, bro. That's what I believe. I said it a long, long time ago. I truly believe they trying to make Anthony Joshua a 3-time unified champion. Then he can coast. But in order for that to happen, one of the 2 fights, the next 2 fights he's going to have, they're going to have to lay down. Whether it be Usyk or Fury. The reason why I say Usyk or Fury, because let's just say Fury and Usyk fight and Tyson Fury wins. Tyson Fury's been talking about retiring all the time. You know what I'm saying? To him, he's won all the belts. So if he go ahead and defeat Usyk and become truly undisputed, in my opinion, he'll have another huge payday. All right, another huge payday, and I don't think he's gonna walk out in the Anthony Joshua fight a winner on his own accord, on his own by his own admission. You know what I'm saying? He's just gonna let it go. He's gonna retire. He's pretty much accomplished what he can accomplish. There's no way that Tyson Fury can drop down to Bridger weight. There's no way he's going to cruiserweight. So he's gonna be about done. So y'all just keep your eyes peeled for that shit. Um, King is on deck, man. What's good with it? What's good with it? And something I forgot to touch on with Gary Russell. Um, he was trying to get that fight with Leo Santa Cruz. He had did an interview about how he was treating Leo Santa Cruz's dad, who had went through his own illness, and people thought it was disrespectful. Gary Russell to come in there and put his arm around Leo Santa Cruz's dad and act like anybody could be touched at any time. It was pretty, like, it was a bit personal. Real talk, it was a bit personal. But lately, Leo Santa Cruz came out and said he can empathize with Gary Russell Jr. like perhaps no other boxer in the sport. Just like his rival Santa Cruz has been trained by his father throughout his career as an amateur and professional, Santa Cruz felt lost when his dad, Jose, couldn't train him at times while he battled cancer and later COVID-19. You know what I'm saying? So he said Russell acknowledged recently that he has essentially trained himself for this upcoming bout because his father trainer, Gary Russell Sr., has been recovering from having one of his feet amputated last month. A complication from type 2 diabetes. Wow. He said, it's really hard going through that. And I know that Gary Russell's going through it. Leo Santa Cruz told Boxing Scene, I send blessings to him. I hope his dad is doing good and he recovers and continue to do good. I said nothing but the best for him. It's very hard to go through that, seeing your dad suffer and not able to do nothing. You want him to be in the gym. Your dad has always been there in the gym with you. And when he can't do that, you miss that. You miss that, and you just wish all the bad things that happen and all the health issues he's going through never happen. You want him to be normal and be happy and be able to enjoy everything that we have won and everything. I mean, he ain't lying, man. That's a 4th division champion. He went through the situation with Gary Russell. Now Gary Russell is going through it with his pops. That's just the history they have together. They never fought one another. You know what I'm saying? But it's good that Leo Santa Cruz is being a stand-up dude. I really never known Leo Santa Cruz to be outside of that. But you're talking about a 4-weight champion, bro. And who his pops went through illness and ailments too. So now, Gary Russell father's had one of his feet amputated from type 2 diabetes. Man, that's just scary all the way around. Like, man, the Russell family's been quiet. They've been handling business. And when Gary Russell say he's pretty much trained himself, dude, I believe him. You know what I'm saying? He got to step in the ring one way or the other. So them Russell boys, they built different. It's all about how we gonna see him looking here. It's not like, look, Masago. It's not like he's a world beater. He's this guy that's the definition of a megastar in the making. Like, he was dropped in the 5th round by Julio Leja, right? and he ended up getting a late stoppage. The guy can be hurt. If he's gonna go here and try to drop TNT each and every shot he tried to throw, he's gonna have problems with a boxer like Gary Russell Jr. But we'll see how the shit play out. That's all we can do. It's about to happen. We're gonna see how the shit play out. You know what I'm saying? We're looking forward to seeing what ring attire Gary Russell has, to offer, and what he's gonna walk to the ring with, and so forth. That's what we want. That's what we want to see. Period. We want to see the ring walk, and we want to see the performance. And then after that, we hope to God that is true, that he may potentially face Gervonta Davis. That'd be great, Shawty. That'd be absolutely great. Give us that shit, bro. We need it. We thirsty. We hungry. Our appetite is never fulfilled in boxing, man. We hungry. We want some good shit. It's a mess in the heavyweight division. Hell yeah. King Mitch on deck. Salute to you, my brother. Shout out to King Mitch. Young Billy Boxing. Salute. Where you out of, Billy Boxing? Where you out of, man? You box? Where you out of? Where you out of? I haven't seen you in. That's why I'm asking. You box, or you're a trainer, coach? What? Just curious. But what y'all think about, what y'all think about Jerome Ennis saying he's gonna have 2 welterweight titles in 2023, and we haven't even got the Terrence Crawford Errol Spence situation resolved yet. That's still in shambles. You know what I'm saying? That shit's still in shambles, dog. Look, I don't know. I be wanting to damn say names on here, but I it's no need for me, man. Like at my age, I'm like, I just don't believe what I'm seeing sometimes. Like, I don't know how many people that would get mad personally off the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. They would take it personal. Like, you never owed these people money. You never did anything. If you know World Combat Sports is coming here to talk about Crawford, and the only panel, in my opinion, that I can do that on, these motherfuckers, look, the people that's in the chat take it personal. But the people, look, but the cats on the panel are cool. They already know what it is. They already know we're gonna have debates. They already know that's a touchy subject. You know what I'm saying? We just do it in an intensive, light manner where it's respect, but yet we're gonna get our point across. But man, some of you cats, dog, y'all just going on other damn lives, throwing my shit out there. You mad? Y'all come up with all these cliche terms for Bud fans, when in actuality, you are the ones who's wearing the skirts. Because if you're gossiping on somebody else's live chat, all from a Bud Spence debate, I don't know what to call you, dog. You're not recognized, bro. Like, man, y'all really breaking shit down. Like, y'all getting personal. This fight is nowhere close. Like, we said it. Spence has to get in here to the Ugas fight. I'm glad the heavy lifting shit is done. I'm glad. I'm just waiting on this new shit to stop. If Bernie, look, if Bernie the boxer is up here keeping the same energy, right? He's not wavering from that. He's not digressing. He's talking the same shit he's been talking. Why all of a sudden it's a problem? Why are all these unemployed life coaches coming to the defense of Errol like he's a saint? Man, come on. Why are y'all gonna get mad at what Bo Mack and Bernie says, man? They're on the team, dog. Like, they on the team. What did Adrian Broner say? If I ain't fucking with you, my coach ain't fucking. It's gang gang. That's what he said. Ain't nobody been, look, Nobody has been more disrespectful than Adrian Broner was when he was on the panel, when he was sitting up there, and Al Bernstein, Hall of Famer, was to his right. Brian Custer was to his right. Leonard Ellerby was to his left. And Coach Kevin Cunningham was over there to his left on the end. That is one of the most disrespectful pressers. That's what I'm used to, though. Adrian kept that shit all the way raw. He said, that's a soft ass shit. He talked that shit to Al Bernstein, y'all. And you had little whiny ass people on this YTC, man, just crying and acting like I care. Like this runs my life. Like this is the way I make my living. This is just wild. Like what Adrian Broner said to Al Bernstein, Brian Custer, what Adrian Broner said to Hall of Famer Jim Gray after the fight with Manny Pacquiao. Dude, what are you talking about? Bo Mack and Bernie. That shit is lightweight compared to what he did. You know what I attribute this to? You know what I attribute it to? Boredom. That's what happens when boxing continue to play the motherfucking field with frayed strings on it. The shit don't even sound right. They continue to spoon feed you. Shit is not even food. It's all synthetic shit. They don't give you the true scoop that you want. They don't give you the breaking news that you want. It's all a motherfucking magic show. It's all about how the mirrors look, what color the smoke. They never give you anything solid. Everything is a secret. Oh, this, that, and the other. And then look, they have the YTC working for free based off of IG post or Twitter. Somebody said it earlier. Just off a Twitter post, everybody jump and do thumbnails and go out here and do a live on it. We're working for free. You can't be taking in consideration the YouTube numbers and the money that the super chats that you get. YouTube is getting a cut. But I just look at the Bernie, the boxer, and Bo Mack saying what they saying, bro. Like y'all never heard it. Y'all say y'all follow boxing all the way back into the old days, man. If you follow boxing all the way to the old days, then you remember Muhammad Ali called Joe Frazier gorilla. He literally hurt the man's feelings, bro. All the fucked up shit that happened back there. I mean, and y'all worrying about what Bernie is saying because he's keeping the same energy about Bud, who he's known for quite some time. Now it comes down to, oh, well, Bernie should get this smoke with this person. People on here always want to see you fight somebody. Like, real talk. YouTube is one of those areas that they try to be the motherfucking dungeon, dog. It's threats all the time. These motherfuckers is up here just talking about you for no reason, gossiping. You worrying about, look, you're following one of the dirtiest grimy sport there is globally. And you're mad about what Bo Mack and Bernie is saying to Errol Spence. They're sitting up here babysitting Spence and saying he haven't said anything. He's been innocent. He's a victim. If y'all want a new word, Spence is being victimized right now. Spence is being bullied. That is the narrative that I'm hearing from these cats. Spence is being bullied right now. The bullies are Bo Mack and Bernie the boxer. That's what they're trying to imply. They're bullying Spence. Wow. Let that shit just sit there and resonate for a minute. Please just take a deep breath and allow that shit to go down like that. Wow. Amazing, dog. Bernie the boxer is talking as much bullshit as I see out here on the YouTube. They worrying about what he's saying to Errol Spence. You know how much off the look. And then some of the cats is getting mad at me to my I got oh, he got split personality. I thought he was cool. Dude, you don't know me enough to be on a panel to debate. I don't take this shit serious. Y'all get upset and whiny. Ask anybody. I showed up to plenty of people panels by myself, even for the Deontay Wilder debates. But the new cats, they take it offense. Like the first thing I want to do, I got a problem with World Combat Sport. I won't go talk on this live. I mean, I won't go in his live chat. I won't do that. But I'll talk about him in somebody else live chats. And then they put your name in caps, right? So people can latch on to it while they spreading lies. But they won't click the link over here and have a one-on-one dialogue about why they so ignorant. That's all I want. Because I'll show up. If I have an issue, I'll show up. I have no problem. I'll show up. I would definitely show up because it's conversation. It's non-physical energy. I'll show up. What you got to say? But damn, this babysitting of Spence, man, has to stop, y'all. Y'all criticizing Crawford for filing a lawsuit, saying he waited too long, saying he's this, saying he worked for the white man. He put himself in that situation. Bo Mac did him dirty. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't in the best interest of Crawford. Y'all have no idea what was going on, what type of relationship these cats have. I hear too many insults that deals with demasculization. Seriously, I just didn't hear the shit coming up. You know what I'm saying? The only person I heard talk that talk was like Mike Tyson. Because we already know Mike Tyson had a rough childhood. But I hear too many of y'all cats talking about suck a dick too much, man. For real. I hear too much of that. You know, in life, I never told anybody to do that. I never expressed myself in anger or whatever and told another man to suck mine. Never, ever, never, never, ever, ever, ever. But today I get it though. Like this day and time, I get it. Why I see other cats gossiping about you in other live chats to other dudes, and they feel good about, you know, um, linking up negative energy with negative energy. I get it because you have a lot of dudes that has freedom out here on YouTube, and when they say suck a dick or something like that to another man, I think deep down inside, a lot of cats really mean that shit. Like it's a fantasy of theirs to think about something like that. Why would you say it so easily? You continue to tell somebody, hey, you know, Bud, goddamn, you know, Bob Aaron was fucking him in the ass and shit, man. They'll say some fucked up shit like that. Why? Why everything has to do with demasculization when it comes to especially black men? I don't hear the shit going on with a Lomachenko. I don't hear them talking about Bob Arum is doing that to Lomachenko. I never heard about somebody saying about Tyson Fury when he owed Bob Arum money. I just never heard that shit. The most of the time when I hear it is about black fighters, man. I mean, think about that. Do your own research. Most of the time, it's about other black fighters, like, and as blacks love saying to other blacks, like, they'll tell you, quit suck a dick. Like, what are you talking about? That's what you really want? These are the same people that be out here trying to get a summer job as a farm hand, right? And they be out there raping the damn animals and shit. They be all about bestiality, dog. I'm telling you, these some wicked motherfuckers, dog. They the ones that be volunteer for summer jobs. I just want to learn how to work on the farm. I want to become responsible. And then they goddamn livestock start acting funny and shit. That motherfucker come out there and with the feed, and they say, oh, you know, you getting good at this. All the animals disperse. I'm serious, dog. Dude, I would rather tell a story, instead of sit up here having you believe that I say some bullshit like that, like suck a dick. I just never been told that like that. I just this is the most I ever heard it on YouTube in life. But these are the same cats that be out here volunteer for farm work and be out there screwing the motherfucking animals, dog. They be running away from that motherfucker when they come out with the feed. Hey, you think I'm bullshit, dog? Motherfucker be jumping in the goddamn pig pen and shit. Pigs be giving birth to piglets with human features. All because of these grimy motherfuckers you see out here on this YouTube shit. Always trying to instruct another man what to do to them. They want copulation. That's wrong. Real talk. We don't never bring women. Look, they don't never bring women into that shit. If you bring a woman up in there, they're like, oh man, that's disrespectful, man. She's a queen, dog. Leave her alone. We be talking about boxing though. You know what I'm saying? Never bring a woman in there. It's always dudes doing this to this dude and instructing them to do that and da da da. Motherfucker, fuck you. You suck my. Really? That's what you want him to do? Then I can't be around that for real. I can't be around that, man. Too many of these dudes up here on YouTube. They say that shit with ease, bro. Let me move on. They say that shit with too much ease, dog. Nah, I don't box. I just started a channel. All right, that's what's up, man. Appreciate you pulling up the young Billy boxing. How do you think the ring rust will affect on Russell? You know, some people speak of ring rust doesn't exist. We all know who said that, right? Ring rust doesn't exist. So I'm looking at Gary Russell, how he's always out. He's doing something. You know, they go, hunt for their own food, cultivate their own food and stuff like that. He's an outdoors type of dude. I figure he always in shape. I don't know. It's not the time that I've seen Gary Russell out of shape, bloated, fat on the heavy side. I just never seen that from him. So I think he'll do just fine. I think his mindset as a man exceeds a lot of fighters that's his age. You know what I'm saying? Just a man in general, how he think. And that goes his brothers too. I had the opportunity to talk to his brothers. Very, very intelligent group of young men, for real. Very intelligent, bro. They different. I'm not gonna lie. That Russell family, they different, bro. Bob Aaron doing his best to convince people Loma is the best fight for Gambosis. Gambosis knows Haney is the fight to make. Clean up the bullshit created by WBC and become a real undisputed champion. Well, what I'm hoping is, you're right, Mitch. I'm hoping that Kambosos knows Haney, but Kambosos haven't gave me the vibe, bro. Kambosos haven't gave me that vibe that he's in concurrence with what you just said. He doesn't give me the vibe, bro. He give me the vibe like he just came up out of motherfucking the Hobby Lobby, and he bought some more face paint. He want to try out some new colors today. You know what I'm saying? They having a workshop so he can come. Oh man, I want you to paint my face up, make it all different kinds of colors, paint the shoes too. He out here being a clown with it. He hasn't gave me no indication that he truly wants to fight Devin Haney. He just put it out there that I'm the emperor, and my country, Australia and Greece, is waiting for me to bring these titles home because I'm the emperor. So off one big fight, he's the emperor. So why I say that, then, Mitch, is that if indeed he feels he should clear up the confusion and go fight Devin Haney, it would be a no-brainer why we haven't heard the news. It'd be a no-brainer. Why haven't we heard the news yet? What is he waiting on? Hey, look, all he has to do is take the Twitter. All he has to do is go to IG. You know the fight I want to make. I want to get that last belt. That's it. That's it. All he has to do is say, you know, I want to fight. I'm going to leave no doubt who's the best lightweight down here. I'm coming for Devin Haney's belt. That's all you got to put, bro. Not, oh, I'm waiting for Lomachenko. I'm waiting on Devin Haney. Who's going to pay the most? Who's going to give me top dollar? He's been a little thought right now, a little Australian thought. That's what Kambosos. Kambosos is out here, you goddamn tricking and dancing and shit, trying to get the highest dollar. He's trying to make sure he put the right colors that attract the pimps. That's all Kambosos is doing. He's acting like a lightweight thought right now. All he had to do is put it out there. This is who I want to fight. Period. That'll settle everything. I want to fight the last remaining champion. It's only right for boxing, and it's right for the boxing fans. So let's give him the fight. Period. Kangaroo Jack on deck. What's good with you, bro? Mitch say, come at what is GRussell slight injury? He didn't disclose it. He said after the fight. After the fight. After the fight. Ben fighting Hooker. Ben is a fucking joke. Scrub ass trolls from AB, Robert Guerrero, and Mo Hooker. Dude, why is everybody a joke? Damn, man. Mitch, I don't think you like nobody, dog, in boxing. For real. I think you really understand what the true science is. Never allow yourself to get deeply immersed in this boxing game to the point where it affects you in your daily life. So if that's not the case, you just come on here and say whatever. For real. I don't think you like boxing, Mitch. I don't think so, dog. Sometimes you be on point, and sometimes you just out, goddamn, trying to go into the damn visit the Milky Way without even motherfucking a suit or nothing. You know what I'm saying? You trying to say I can exist, man. I can breathe on my own. It can't be that fucking bad. Every time I look at it up there, it looks peaceful. Anyway, dog, Campos wants one of the big three in Australia. All I'm saying is I don't think he will want to fight outside of Australia. So who's willing to come down under? Both of them have said they willing to come down under. Haney and Lomachenko, and their own admission, said they're willing and able to go over there to Australia, dog. Now, the big question is, there, Jack, does Kambosos have what it takes to sell out 80,000? What's the PPV gonna be like? $30? You know what I'm saying? What's the PPV gonna be like over in Australia for 80,000? You know what I'm saying? Are we gonna see a $75 to $80? Are they gonna come down there? I mean, what are we talking about? Are we gonna fluff the numbers again? Can Kambosos deliver 80,000 fans, since he's the emperor, to come watch him fight in Australia? Because if he go over there and they don't support him, dog, they out there goddamn, fucking up kangaroos and shit while the fight going on, running over there, shooting a motherfucker with paint guns and shit. I mean, if they out there fucking off on the outback, it's gonna be another black eye for boxing again, bro. Kambosos? Seriously? What? Anybody know what his numbers was like? What's Kambosos' numbers? Because I don't get into that shit. What's Kambosos' numbers, bro? Somebody tell me what's Kambosos' numbers. What has he done? What did he do against Lee Selby and Mickey Bay? Just somebody tell me, man. I just need to know. Like, this dude is talking about 80,000. Spencer Crawford had me did 80,000. T.O. him did 80,000. I'm just curious. What's his numbers? Bob ain't got to steal that fight. Luda Bella dirty ass and Cambozo gonna give it to him. Kambosos has the most belts. That's public record, my brother. Why would you say Kambosos has the most belts respected champion? How? And you see champions all the time in the US that people disrespect. So just because Kambosos is a new face to the game, he's pretty old right now. You know what I'm saying? We already know who he is. He had his highlight moment. He beat the nemesis, the villain, Teofimo Lopez, because people wanted him to freaking lose because of what his dad and what they was talking and shit like that. Fair weather fans. Before, when he was stepping up, he did the Richard Comey dirty. People was on his side. He went there and beat Richard Lomachenko when I don't think nobody on YouTube except myself, probably who else? There's maybe 3 or 4 other people that was going for freaking Teofimo Lopez. He beat Lomachenko. He's on the high of the high. But then the delays from Triller, people started to hate him. They started to hate him once he chose Kambosos, dog, because they was pushing for the Haney fight. Even though Kambosos wasn't mandatory, they started to hate the man. Now, we supposed to show all this glory off Kambosos, off one freaking fight? No, he's playing with us, bro. He's just sitting up here being a clown, kangaroo. He's being a fucking clown, dog. Tell him I said it. Cambozo. It's so easy for him to just pick. If he want to clear up all the confusion, all he has to do is say, okay, I'm fighting for the last chip. That's it. And then we'll take it from there. That's it. At least if he's true to his word, right? And he's not bullshitting us like most of the time news come out, then we'll respect him for that, dog. I'm not even gonna get on Luda Bella. Haney and Loma have both said they're willing to go down to Aussie. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nah, only Ben is a joke. He's supposed to be the young stud. Yes, he unwilling to challenge himself, choosing opponents from Ben. Choosing an opponent from Ben, big pun intended. Shouts to Terror Squad. Hey man, I think 20-0. Why rush? I'm just saying, why rush? He's only 25 years old, Mitch. Mitch, why rush? He's only 25 years old. Why y'all trying to rush these fighters? Look how many fights the Zeron Ennis has. And the man's 23. Ain't fought nobody except Sergey. Why you rushing? This man has what? Zeron is like 28-0. Who is he fought? So if you can't tell me who he fought, then Ben is right where he should be, dog. 20-0, 13 knockout. He's right where he should be. Take his time. Take your time. Wait for the changing of the guard, and then really start talking your shit. I think Conor Ben totally understands that these belts are wrapped up right now. You got Arrow about to damn link up with Ugas, and then you got Crawford just sitting back and waiting to see what happens. He definitely don't want the Crawford smoke. His life will change. You know what I'm saying? He definitely don't want the Crawford smoke, so he ain't gonna call that out. He know he ain't gonna get the Errol Spence fight. So right now, Conor Ben's just calling out the dudes is just floating around in transient, dog. That's all Conor Ben doing. Don't hate the man. He ain't getting no big fights. Nobody's disrespecting Cambozo. He might be the worst unified champ of the last 10 years, though. Good job beating Tio. But he's on the same wishy-washy clown shit. That's all I'm saying, that kangaroo. He's on some clown shit, dog. And Cambozo, if that was you or somebody who's on your team, you need to go ahead and let us know who the fuck you gonna fight, man, and stop playing us like we little kids. And you taking us to the carnival for the first time. And you sitting up here, hey, you know what? You know the cotton that was coming out your pillow? You know you can eat that, right? They can make it so you can eat it, right? No, for real? Yeah, I'm going to take you. I'm going to show it to you now. That right there is cotton. I'm going to buy you one. Go ahead. Eat it. See? It's the same thing. It's cotton in your pillow, and this is cotton candy. Same thing. These motherfuckers be trying to treat us like we motherfucking there for the show, dog. I'm telling you, man. Boxing is such man. I swear, man. I can't even call it the greatest show on earth. I swear to God, boxing. Oh my God, dog. Boxing is straight up the asylum, bro. This is the asylum, man. I be wanting to damn give high praise, but everything about the sport, it has to be preliminaries. It has to be teasers. It has to be all this shit put out there, absent of the truth. You know what I'm saying? But people will try to cut your throat and goddamn get personal and goddamn vilify the shit out of you talking boxing, dog. You have more people that's getting mad at the difference of opinions in boxing when the sport itself has been fucking people over for decades, bro. And they'll sit up here and act like you done said some shit that don't make sense. This is where we at, man. You can't go ahead and protect Cambozo. Cambozo knows what was requested from the fans. He knows damn what that the fans was requesting that he fight Devin Haney for the last strap. But he wants to sit up here and say, "Oh, let me be a thought. Do y'all like this color? This is like a fuchsia pink, yeah, with a blended white lace top. Yeah, I cut it off just below the above the navel. Yeah, I just wanted to give you that low key provocative look, but still maintain my masculinity a little bit. No, yeah, I mean, I saw Russell do it. I just went a little step farther so y'all can tune in to my shit too. You know what I'm saying? And the hair, the highlights, it's like a damn purple haze mixed with a caramel, a coca caramel type. Yeah, I just want to give you the different look. You know what I'm saying? I mean, something different. Yeah, that's what Cambozo's doing, man. But let's see what's popping, bro. I don't want to sit up here and discourage anybody and send them on a hate tangent. Man, just think about it. Just think about this in closing. Just think about how boxing treats us and how much work we put in for the sport, the system. How much work we put in. It's people that cover the sport of boxing every day on YouTube. And the only bragging rights they have is to have a certain individual, hopefully, mention their names or join their panel. I'm at a loss for words when I don't hear certain people put these boxers in check. Like the Deontay Wilder era with all the hate and vitriol, and now somehow, some way that shit has bled all the way to Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? And then for a minute, it dipped out on Teofimo Lopez. They gave him the business. He lost. So he when he stepped back in the ring, people start supporting him again, like this shit never happened. Who else is being hated on right now? The one and only Bud Crawford. He's the next dark skinned fella, that's on the radar of hate. And Black History Month is a mere 2 weeks away. I can't make this shit up, dog. Black History Month is a mere 2 weeks away, dog. And we got all this hate and disdain going at Bud Crawford's camp. Man, y'all need to check yourselves, man. Um, the difference is Ennis is calling out all the champs. Meanwhile, Ben is afraid to even call out Ennis and Ortiz. Him and Eddie Hearn knows he's level below right now. I agree with that. I mean, they know he's levels below. He really don't want to step in there with no damn Ennis. I would say Ennis. Virgil Ortiz. Um, I don't know, man. It's according to what his fight strategy is. I don't know. He's very flashy, man. Like I can't say he'll beat Ortiz right now, but Seeing Ortiz go through the drama and adversity, I don't know how long his career is gonna last before he even take multiple losses. Like he need to change it up a little bit and not get too don't rush it. Just learn how to box instead of so-called giving that Mexican style and shit. Box, goddamn. Still put on the entertaining fight, but don't put yourself in harm's way for them punches to land on you and put you in a situation where people question your chin. You don't want to come Virgil Ortiz Khan. You know what I'm saying? You keep on dropping on the deck this early in your career, people gonna be like, damn, his chin is suspect. Come back, I know Ben is young, but goddamn, opposition he is choosing is suspect at best. Mo will look okay until he gets stopped. He lost his last fight via stoppage. He's barely a welterweight. Yeah, he lost via stoppage because he hurt his hand, though, Mitch. He hurt his hand. He hurt his hand, man. You know? That's all I'm saying. He hurt his hand. It's too repetitive. I agree. But my people, I appreciate you pulling up though. You know what I'm saying? Let's stay tuned and see what's going on in upcoming weeks, man. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. I don't know about this sport. Like it's free labor, dog. It's free labor. This YTC for some people free labor. Yes, it's educational. I'm not gonna lie. Some of these channels provide educational content for real. It's educational to a point to find out about certain fine details that you didn't know about a certain fighter or a certain situation that's going on. History. Points in history. There are some individuals out here that give you some very conducive criteria to work with. Real talk. I would mention some names, but I don't want to be considered as a clout chaser. You know what I'm saying? Like that still would represent me at all. It's some people that go around here talking that shit like, man, come on already, dog. Come on, stop it. Stop it, dog. But yeah, it's some cats out here get some solid content that I tune into. I don't give a fuck who I don't like in their live chat. I'm there to listen to what the hell they got to say. If everybody had that mentality, it'll be much cleaner on YouTube. But it's dirty streets out in this motherfucker, dog. It's alleys up in this bitch. For real. It's too many alleys in boxing. You got dirty, grimy motherfuckers that's out here just doing whatever. Listen to the content, dog. If you fuck with the channel, stop fucking with people in the live chat and listen to the live show, dog. You know what I'm saying? But man, y'all hold it down. Appreciate y'all pulling up, man. You know what I'm saying? Till next time, turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. I'm out.